Hi y'all, I am in Norfolk, Virginia, and I cannot see what the heck I'm looking at. A lot of sun right in my face, but we're in Norfolk, Virginia. It's my last day here. About to head for the airport once again, and that's you're looking out. Right now I'm at Hampton, in Hampton, Virginia is where I'm at. What you're looking at out there is water. uh, there's a Navy base over there. We were just down, just did a tour over there. I could see the two carriers. That's the Eisenhower and the Truman. I don't know if you can tell it in the video, but the camera's pointed right at it. And that's the ship's row that goes all the way across there for a good ways. But anyway, just over there. Now I'm over at Hampton University. Actually, I'm at the VA Medical Center in Hampton, and Hampton University is right beside the VA Medical Center. So you got the university. That's what your music you're hearing is the what's going on over there at the university. It's like a food truck festival. So anyway, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool scene. So my intent was to go to a oh, let me turn around so you can see all this. The building right there is actually part of the VA Medical Center on Hampton Roads, or Hampton Roads. I don't know why I keep saying that, but Hampton University is back that way just a little bit, just on the other side of those buildings. And most of the medical centers back this way. But VA Medical Center, this VA location has been here since 1899 or something like that. Been here a long time. I've visited one national cemetery. It's actually the smallest national cemetery in the country, and it is got 22 burials there. That's it. It is the smallest, and it's on the property of the VA Medical Center. But I got pictures from over there. Those will be put online. I was waiting to play taps over at the larger Hampton National Cemetery, but I can't get to it. It's really close to where I'm at right now. Can't get to it. They got that entrance blocked off right now because it cuts across the campus of Hampton University. And anyway, so no taps on this trip, but I will put up pictures of the VA National Cemetery. It's also called Hampton National Cemetery. It's a part of the National Cemetery of Hampton National Cemetery, but it's a kind of a special deal there, where the 22 people that were buried there were all died inside this quarantined area that was here at the medical center back in 1899 to about 1902. They had a yellow fever outbreak, and they had I think 40 confirmed cases, something like that, of yellow fever. 13 of those people died from yellow fever, and those 13 of those 22 people that are at that cemetery are yellow fever casualties. So the rest of the people that are buried there, the rest of that 22 just died from other causes, but died during the quarantine, and so they could not come or go out of that quarantine area, and so they established that little section, that 22 person burial ground. Established it. They would have been buried over at the National Cemetery, the bigger one, but because they died during the quarantine, couldn't move their bodies out of here, they buried them there. And so that little 22 burial plot cemetery was part of that quarantine back in 1899, 1902. So 20 of those people are veterans, 2 are civilians that died also of natural causes, but were living or working here inside that quarantine area. So yeah, And also, an interesting thing is on the plaque that's out front of that little cemetery, it says Spanish American War Veterans or something, which was erroneously placed on that tablet. They said that it was actually, there are no Spanish American War veterans there, but because of the yellow fever scare they had and was occurring at the same time in America, or at least in here, in this little area around the VA Medical Center, that it was going on at the same time that the Spanish American War was going on. So the country was at war at the time, and for whatever reason they put that on the plaque. And but there's Civil War veterans and also Mexican War veterans, and then the 2 civilians. So just an interesting note. They just never went back and changed it and corrected it, just left it as it was. So anyway, man, y'all got a break from looking at me. You get to look at this beautiful water out here, huh? Isn't that nice? Anyway, I'll be heading back home here shortly. I'll head for the airport so I can get out of here. But just a little look at where I'm at, what's going on in my little place, my little spot on the planet at the moment. There's another interesting thing is I did that tour over at the Navy base, Norfolk Navy Base today, and it comes 36 years almost to the day that I got out of the Navy back in '92, September 18th, 1992. Actually, the ship pulled in at the Norfolk Navy Base over there at one of the piers, and when they got tied up and they had the ladders and stairs and such down so that you could get off the ship, they had the brow set up. When I left, that ship got tied up and got pulled in. I walked off that ship and I walked off the pier. I got on a shuttle, and that shuttle left that base on September 18th, 1992, 36 years ago yesterday. But I left here and headed home. Went back to Texas. So my initial intent was to do this tour that I did today, to do it yesterday, but because of the been working over at Fort Eustis. It's an Army base that's not too far from here. The job ran late over there. We did the job on Tuesday. We're actually done Tuesday, and from Tuesday all the way through Wednesday, and even parts of today, they're working on issues that are really have nothing to do with us. It's problems that they're having with some of their phones, and it's really a Cisco kind of issue, which has they're tapped into this. They're part of they're being used by our system, but we don't control the phones. So the issues that they're having really have nothing to do with us, and we're just helping them figure out their issue. So that's why I didn't do the tour yesterday, because we got tied up late over there and worked into the almost 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. So, and I think they're working on it again today, but today we told them was the last day and we gotta help you. But I got to break out of there and leave because I have to catch my airplane and get back home, but I didn't want to change those reservations, so they were gonna have to figure it out on their own at this point. A little issue, but I did get to do the tour today. And it was actually 36 years ago today that I went into the Navy, left home to go start my 4-year period in the Navy. So it all kind of falls right about the same time that I'm here, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, I'll put up those pictures too of the little cemetery and of from the base, the little tour I did earlier. All right, y'all. Well, sorry you couldn't look at me. You know, ain't much to look at. Although I will say, today when I left the hotel, got this UFC 264 shirt on that we got when we went to the UFC 264 fight in Vegas. And anyway, there's 3 people standing up there, and one of the girls saw my shirt and she said, "Do you fight? Do you fight in the UFC?" Well, as soon as she said that, the other 2 people behind the counter started laughing at her. And they said, "What you talking about, girl?" And she said, they all laughing now, and she said, "I don't know." She said, "Look at his arms. He's all muscled up. He's got tattoos." She goes, "You don't know if you don't ask." I'm like, all right, I'll take that as a compliment. So, I don't know. Apparently, I'm all muscled up. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I roll. All right. Hey, okay, that's your comedic humor break of the day. All right, y'all. I'm going to cut this off, get it loaded, get it out there, and you can listen to me jabber on for however long this video's been going. I'll talk to y'all later. See y'all back in Texas.